Good evening and welcome to 549 Media's coverage of Perham Yellowjacket activities. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by these fine sponsors: KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, and United Community Bank. Today's game is also brought to you by EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Jack Givers Realty, and Lakes Ace Hardware. Tonight's game is also brought to you by New Horizons Realty, Nice Family Sales, and Hanson's Plumbing and Heating. Now let's head to the game on the 549 Media Network. And actually, good morning and welcome into the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as the KLN Invitational kicks off here live from the Hive. We're on court number 3 where the Yellowjackets will take on Park Christian, and the Falcons coming to the Hive for today. 16-team Invitational, Lance, and it's always a fun one when these two teams and this tournament gets together.
Yeah, and I know, Jason, we have chatted throughout the week about this, and some changes came about when a 16th team was found, and I like this bracketed event. There's something about pool play and doing all the rigmarole to get to what section you're in, but it's just so fun to have this kind of Sweet 16 type bracket, and you get the same amount of games, but I think it's just more true to what an actual tournament and setting yourself up for playoffs coming up here.
We'll take a look at the bracket right now. Games going on. Kitson County Central Melrose doing battle over on court 1. Underwood is taking on Park Rapids in court 2. Sabika just defeated Roseau here on court 3, and over in the middle school, Thief River Falls is taking on Walker Hackensack Akeley. That game is going on over at the Prairie Wind Middle School. Our second set of games, Barnesville takes on Henning. Proctor's Prairie doing battle with Pierce. Perham will take on Park Christian. At Staples Motley taking on Foston.
Yeah, and again, as you look at the bracket here, it's kind of fun to see and predict who's going to go on to play each other, and there could be some really good rematches in there. And the nice thing about this tournament, Jason, is it's a blend of 1A, 2A, different sections, so you get a chance to see jump outside of your conference and section and see some different teams. And I think the more dynamic schedule you have always ends up being better at the end of the year because you're prepared for more things.
Should be an interesting one here today from the Hive. We'll take a timeout, come back, and when we come back, we'll talk with Perham sophomore volleyball player Addie Hackle in a little bit and get to know her a little bit more as the Yellowjackets get ready for the Falcons here on the 549 Media Network.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this as I'm a 5th generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community, that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
Welcome back to the Hive. I'm Jason Groves with Lance Rock. We thank you for tuning in this morning here as the Yellowjackets and the Falcons are warming up, getting ready to go for their first match here at the KLN Invitational. And Lance, these tournaments are always, you know, a lot of fun, especially when you're on a different way, when you look at a team coming into a new facility, a new place, and a new experience. And it's a way to team bond as you get ready for the postseason.
Well, absolutely. You spend the whole day together. You know, there's a lot of volleyball to be played. So if you're working on things as a coaching staff, this allows you an opportunity. Not that you abandon what you were doing, but if there's ever a chance to try out a new wrinkle here or there, today's probably a great day, because you're going to have to play more ladies today, because just the length. You know, you start playing at 10 in the morning, you don't end till 5 at night. Lots of sets to be had here. So, again, in a good true test of just getting yourself ready for playoff time, and that's right around the corner.
We've seen teams in the past use this tournament kind of as a springboard for the section tournament and build on that, and now that's kind of what the teams are hoping here today. I know there's still some regular season contests left after today, but this is a kind of a good tournament, a good spot to build some momentum and move forward.
Yeah, one of those teams you talked about, I think that comes to mind, Jason, is Hawley. In the last few years, they're not here today, but man, they kind of came in the last couple of years, and all of a sudden they made it to that championship round, and they opened some eyes. And I think one of the things, it's not so much for the community or the people watching, it's for themselves. And I you know, it's one of those, if you get on a roll here today, you start to build that confidence, and you start to go, why not us? And, you know, you kind of look for that, not Cinderella team, but that team that does maybe put on the slipper here today and go, why not us? We can make a run in whatever section we're in.
The Yellowjackets have been playing much better volleyball of late, knocking off Detroit Lakes on Monday night, and then following it up with the road trip down the road to Frazee, knocking off the Hornets in a 3-1 victory. And had a chance to talk to Eddie Hackle, who's been one of the keys for the Yellowjackets, along with Greta Razor up front, and they've been playing well together. You can see, and that's how this team, they kind of build off of their play. I mean, it is a team all the way through, but they've been the two main attackers, and when they get rolling, they can get going, and that's kind of a thing that the Yellowjackets will need to have today.
Right, and they're a good 1-2 punch combination, and it allows you to not focus on one or the other so much with the double block. And I agree with you wholeheartedly, Jason. They've been good all season, but they picked up their game even more as of late. And I think there were some subtle things in there. I think Sam Molzoff has really given them she's a no-nonsense type player, and she just does so many things that maybe go under the radar until you start winning. And then you go, oh my goodness, she got that dig, or she got that hit, or she saved that ball. And then I don't think you can overlook the rest of the ladies, but definitely not the growth of Cameron Coast. I just think watching from the beginning of the year till now, she is just so confident, Jason, and that shows when she just tips it over and finds the hole and gets a few kills herself. But I also think the timing is so good with her and the hitters right now.
We'll take a time out. Come back. We'll have our interview with Eddie Hackle here on the 549 Media Network.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction. Your vision, our team.
odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
Welcome back to the 549 pregame show, now joined by Perham volleyball sophomore Addie Hackle. And Addie, you guys have been really playing some good volleyball of late. Just last night, picking up that big victory over Frazee. How's that been for the team right now?
I think it's really good because, we had a rough start to our season, and, racking up wins, has just been, a motivation. Just, I think we really needed it because we were in such a slump that I think it really helped us and, shooting for more wins.
All right, now Saturday coming up is always a fun one here at the KLN Invitational. First, your thoughts on the tournament overall?
I think we're just hoping to get to the chip, and, that's all you can really hope for, and just play well. And so.
All right, now we'll kind of dive in a little bit more about Addie Hackle off the court and on the court a little bit. But first, how long have you been playing volleyball?
Since I was 3rd grade, I think.
What's your it's interesting that 3rd grade you think is a part, but what's been your favorite thing about the sport?
Honestly, just playing. It's just different when you're on the court and you're just playing volleyball, and your teammates, and how that you literally have to have teammates. It can't be individual, it has to be team oriented.
What was your favorite volleyball memory so far during your career?
Winning against Holly in the semifinals. It's a great win and felt really good.
I'm going to kind of sway from a little question. What was it like sharing that floor and that memory with your older sister Jaden that day?
It was awesome. That's always been my dream since I was younger. Watching her play and then being able to play with her was awesome.
What's been your season highlight this year so far?
Probably beating DL. That was great. But just watching us grow together, having the team chemistry we played in DL and Frazee, that was what really stood out for me.
When you get that perfect set and you bury a kill, how's that feel and what's that like?
It's just a different rush, and and I give credit to Cam because she's able to get on sets from anywhere on the court, but I think it's just fun to share it with my team in the moment.
What's kind of your pregame ritual, your game day routine?
So if it's a home game, we like to watch a little bit of JV, but then we go and we listen to music, and we've gotten to pitch perfect a lot recently. That's our go-to, but me and Greta are always the last ones in there, and then we come out, and then Miranda goes in and we chat a little bit, have a good mindset for the game, and then we come out ready.
All right. What's your favorite song to listen to prior to competing?
Probably the Rip Off. That was a good one. Or yeah, that's our top one right now.
All right. Besides volleyball, what other activities are you in with school?
I'm in track, basketball, student council.
All right. Right. And now, who is your inspiration?
I think just my sister was my inspiration for a while, and now I think just watching volleyball players. That's just I want to just get better every day for that.
Is there any certain college team or other teams that you take a look at and you watch and like to model after?
Nebraska and Wisconsin. Wisconsin's definitely one of them up there.
All right. Addie, anything else like that at all?
Oh, I don't think so.
All right, thank you very much. That's Addie Hackle right here on the 549 Media Network.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back into the Hive here at Court 3, high above the floor here in Perham as we get ready to go for the KLN Invitational second set in a first-round contest taking place. Running a little bit behind, but that's, seems to happen sometimes with the first-round games when you have those 20-minute warm-ups.
Par for the course when you're running a tournament. There's just so many variables to running a tournament, Jason. You just can't you can't keep everything on track. But we won't be too far behind, and some of these matches are taking longer. Watching the middle court here as that one's going to the third set, and those are going to take a little bit longer. But you always seem like you get caught up at some point.
That was going to be my next point. First-round games kind of go that way, and then it seems to get caught back up. So we look at this tournament, Lance. It's a good one, a strong field as we talked about. We're kind of talking about the format for today. We're going to run 4 different streams instead of having one going all day long because we will have to be flexible and try to move courts possibly because if the Yellowjackets win this one, their next one will be on court 2, so we'll slide down a little bit and have that there. If they lose, we have to come up with some creativity as it'll head over to the Prairie Wind Middle School where the Yellowjackets, so don't want to look too far ahead. Park Christian coming in, solid record at 9-6 overall. But you look ahead at the next one, Staples Motley and Foston. The Yellowjackets play either the winner or the loser of that one, depending on how their results goes. That's going to be a tough test either way. When you look at earlier this year, the Yellowjackets knocked off Staples Motley in a game where it appeared that Staples Motley was going to cruise. They were up 2-0, and the Yellowjackets got rolling and ended up picking up that 3-2 victory.
Yeah, and that's the thing we've talked about volleyball all the way along, Jason, is just that momentum is such a huge swing. And again, some really good volleyball going to be played today. And it's amazing to watch kids get up at, I hate to think of what time they were on the bus this morning and they come in the gym and they're ready to go. And it takes a little longer to warm up the first time. But it's a nice setup tournament, a good field. Good spot for us to have it, and again, I'm going to lean on you when it comes if we got to go to the middle school, which let's hope that isn't the case for the Yellowjackets, that we can just slide down here a couple courts and broadcast the next one. But, you look at head-to-head matchups, and you would think, you hate to say that ever, and you don't want to be the jinx, but you would think that the Yellowjackets would be the favored when you look at a few head-to-heads. Park Christian lost to what you had just mentioned, Pelican Rapids Vikings, and the Yellow Jackets, that's kind of the turn of events for them, was in that time zone frame right there. So you look, there's a couple head-to-heads there that you can see. The Yellow Jackets were on the right side of the W, and Park Christian was not. So, again, one never knows, and one of the things that I think really makes it interesting is only playing 3 sets in these. It doesn't give you that time to come back. You just mentioned the Staples Motley Perham. If that was the tournament, Staples would have won 2-0 and the match would have been over. So quick starts today and finding getting in your system and getting quick offense, and again controlling those unforced errors. And I think that puts a little more pressure on those things, and that's what this tournament's all about. And eventually I think that's where you find out the team get on a roll, because they're able to withstand that pressure.
Well, you mentioned the momentum. I think we talked about that. It's always been a key. Here you really have to find a way to stop those runs early in a best 2 of 3 setup in a tournament format that we have here today.
Right. You just don't have the luxury of getting the serve back and then serving it into the net and giving it right back to the other team, because they could go on a 3-4 run, and it looks like we're just about ready to get started here, Jason. And again, you like to make predictions. You want to make you want the ability to say, hey, this is how this is going to unfold. But eventually it becomes down to the kids, and we're going to find out real shortly here.
We usually get starting lineups, but tournament format, they just kind of roll along right away. But the Yellow Jackets will have their usual Maddie Kunza with Greta Razor, Jovi Larson, Addie Hackle, Cam Coast, and Sam Mulzoff. Sophie Nelson getting ready to come in. Park Christian in the back row, Libby Suckert, Casey Andreessen, Kylie West, Annika Strom, Kirby Bosch, and Wynn Tomlinson appears to be the starters for Park Christian as we look from high above the court here.
Different angle today. It's going to be, it was interesting watching warm-ups even, Jason, how different it looks. And you guys kind of are going to get the inside look on that of not being cross-court but being directly on. So here we go.
Kylie West will serve coming into your screen just below us to start things off. Kunza now set by Coast, far side for Hackle, and she gets the kill. And the Yellow Jackets strike first.
You mentioned that, Jason. That's a great way for the Yellow Jackets to start, is either Razor or Hackle leading. And, man, depth perception is gonna be a killer for me today, as I thought it was coming over the net on the receive.
Sam Mulzoff with the serve, now set near side. Going for the attack, Strom. She sends that long. The Yellow Jackets up 2-0. And one of the unique things about a tournament, too, you may notice, you don't have your typical line judges. Most teams provide a line judge for this event.
Yeah, so we've seen anywhere from younger athletes to parents to assistant coaches today.
Nice attack there by Tomlinson. Now that one is strong. Yellow Jackets into the net. And Park Christian has the point, and now the serve.
And again, interesting when you change the courts this way, Jason, if it affects the players at all, like the Yellow Jacket part of the floor is now in. And being home court advantage for the Yellow Jackets, that's usually where you're looking to get away from the ball.
Delaney Spalding with the serve. She's the libero. Now passes it up to the front row. Into the net there. Suckert and Andreessen, a little miscommunication. The Yellow Jackets take advantage and take a 3-1 lead.
That's exactly what we talked about, Jason, is I don't think you can afford to have many of those mishits. You're going to have to step up and swing and get some good swings, and now Cam Coast to the service line.
Jocelyn Griffin comes in. Kunza comes out as Coast, as he said, with a strong serve. Her service game has been on a roll of late. Nice attack attempt by Andreessen. Now the set near side for Larson. Through the block and down for Jovi Larson to get the kill. The Yellow Jackets up 4-1.
I think we talk about that a lot, Jason, and that's one of the things that I think the Yellow Jackets, to have success in the tournament, are going to have to find those third, fourth, fifth hitters and on a consistent basis.
Attack sent to the far corner that time by Tomlinson. Larson coming back, and she airmails the line, and it's long. And it's 4-2 now.
And not picking on Jovi there, but that's what I'm talking about. One good hit, then the next one's long. That consistency is what's going to carry the Yellow Jackets, I think, to maybe upset a few teams if they can find that third, fourth hitter.
Again, today, we thank you for tuning in here on the 549 Media Network. We'll have all 4 games, 4 different streams. If you see on our activity stream, they're actually embedded on the Perham Schools website as Griffin goes for the kill. It's blocked down, and then Hackle gets the kill.
I was wondering, the net was shaking a lot there. From this advantage point, it looked like Addie was in the net, but must not have been. Both officials communicated.
And they communicated. She went over the top. So it's 4-3. Park Christian will get the serve. Set near Hackle, blocked and Hackle sends it back over. Now that one blocked again by Hackle. It stays just inside the line. Hackle will get the block of the kill.
And it's those big points, Jason, that a battle of inches sometimes is that goes out, and all of a sudden you start to tighten up a little bit. But here, Hackle with another one of those bullet serves.
Hackle this time will set it for Griffin. Griffin splits the block. Dug up nicely by Spalding. Sent over that time by Massett. Now it's Griffin again. Kept alive. Spalding with the pass up. We pushed over by Andreessen. Larson sends over. Spalding there. Set here near side on the attack by West. Saved by Coast. Tough angle here. Larson gets it over. Nice save by Paige Thompson to save a volleyball for coming on the court. Now Razor to Larson. Larson, tough angle on that one. Can't get it with her left hand, and Park Christian has cut the lead to 5-4.
Well, one of the things we talked about, Jason, was we thought the advancement of the Yellow Jackets so far this year has been their passing, and it's kind of failed them a little bit yet this morning. 10 o'clock start, albeit you can make excuses. I know Coach Thompson, that's not in her vocabulary, is to make excuses. So look for them to shore up their passing a little bit, get that hitting attack going.
The free roll serve at Hackle. Now Larson on the attack, sends that one wide. We're all square at 5, and that's a big thing. I mean, you're not used to play. Yeah, they're used to being up this early. They're just not used to playing this early. And that's a little bit of a different routine.
It is a mindset. I think you are spot on, and there's a ace. That was a dagger right there, kind of that floating serve, but had a knuckleball to it. But I think you said it exactly right, Jason. It's a mindset. It was a mindset for me to get up this morning, and I'm not putting any physical effort into this. It's just gearing yourself up to be prepared and be ready.
Well, I'm glad I sent that early message to wake you up, as Razor with the attack gets the kill right in front of you.
Yeah, you may or may not have had a color guy without that text this morning.
As we're all tied at 6. Couple of scores in the other gyms. We have Thief River Falls knocked off Walker, Hackensack, Akeley, and Sabika's knocked off Rosa. We'll try to get the other ones as we can to you throughout. So we're tied at 6 between Park Christian and Perham. Hackle sets in near side, Mulls off on the attack. She punches it over. Push up to the front row, off the block, and down for a kill for Siri Misselt.
It's just interesting, Jason. If I wasn't looking at a scoreboard, you would think the Yellow Jackets would be way up. And hats off to the Falcons, as they're doing just enough to hang around and kind of keeping the Yellow Jackets off balance.
Dreesen with the serve at Nelson. Coast the set there for Razor. She puts it with an attack through, but the Falcons send it back over. Now Razor will direct it to the corner. Park Christian reacts, and now they go to the middle. Blocked there in the middle by Griffin. Punched over. Coast keeps it up to Hackle. Now to Malzoff off the hand. Down the sideline. Park Christian will have to send it over. The Yellow Jackets with an opportunity with the free ball. Set for Razor. Blocked and down for Greta Razor.
And that's a good sign for the Yellow Jackets. Now a good swing by Addie Hackle to start, and now Razor with a good swing. And again, you talked about them early, and they've been a really formidable 1-2 punch for the Yellow Jackets. Again, I think we got to find that third and fourth today. That might be one of the goals for the Yellow Jackets.
And Park Christian jumps back ahead at 8-7. So we look at action on the other courts. A lot of teams warming up. Staples Motley and Foston. I believe Barnesville on the far court as well. Barnesville will be taking on Henning. Actually, that's Piers and Parker's Prairie warming up. Staples Motley's probably warming up. We got an ace serve here for Park Christian.
If you're the Yellow Jackets, you got to put a stop to this, Jason, and that's one of the things I think when you talk about mindset, mental toughness, that's what comes out at 10 o'clock in the morning. Are you ready to withstand this? There's a good jump serve coming. Nice job by Razor there coming from the outside. And again, those are the things we talked about too, is having a closer. Who's going to step up to put an end to that run, especially when you're only playing 3 sets?
Razor with the kill, or the serve, excuse me. Set there and sent long on the attack by Tomlinson.
Now's the time if you're the Yellow Jackets, you got to get on a roll here, Jason, and kind of impose your will. This is our home court.
Kind of.
Kind of. Well, it's the side of our home court.
Razor with the ace serve to make it 10-9.
There's no better start to what we just said than an ace serve.
And now Razor. One right down the sideline. And that one sent over, but in on the attack by Annika Johnson for Park Christian. We're tied at 10. Another score update. On that court 2, it was Underwood that won it in 3. They came back from dropping first set, won the next 2. So Underwood defeated Park Rapids.
Yeah, interesting here, some adjustments being made by Coach Thompson. I think trying to cover up some of the spots, but another good serve by the Falcons. Yellow Jackets a little bit on their heels right now, Jason.
Kylie West with the serve and the ace. Kyla Wolf will come into the back row for the Yellow Jackets. I think you're right, Lance. It's a little bit of a kind of an adjustment in the morning. Hackle blocked back in the middle there by Tomlinson. And it's now 12-10.
And we talked about momentum ad nauseum probably in the past, but I think this is confidence. And you watch the Falcons come in here. I don't know if they knew what to expect out of the Yellow Jackets, and now they're playing with a lot of confidence.
And now they stretch that lead to 13-10. A whistle as the Falcons are into the net.
Nice job by Addie Hackle there. Great interview, Jason, with her and getting to know her a little bit better. But I like that. She's kind of got that bulldog mentality of let's just take care of business, and there she shows it again.
Apologize, scoreboard off early for me too. It's now 13-12 as the Yellow Jackets with the kill.
Maybe I should have sent you a text earlier in the morning.
Sam Mulzoff will serve. And that's into the net.
And that's what we talked about when you have a 3-set match, Jason. You can't have a big play, get it back, and then have a service error. You have to get on a roll. The time's just too short. You can't wait till tomorrow to make today happen on a 3-set match.
That one's sent long.
Long again. So again, unforced errors by the Yellow Jackets. I like the switch to Wolf in the back. She's really brought some energy for the Yellow Jackets, but this service game is just proving to be a little too much for the Yellow Jackets right now.
That's Delaney Spalding with the ace. It's kind of interesting watching from up here, seeing how the ball cuts and slices.
Yeah, you get none of that when we're sitting on the other side, as there's a service error back to the Yellow Jackets, but it's a real, like I said earlier, my depth perception, it's going to take me a minute or two to get used to this. I keep thinking it's an error, and it's right at the top of the net, and it ends up being a good swing.
And that one goes just long, and a good read on that one. And it's 13-7. And now we have A timeout called by the Yellowjackets. We'll take a quick break. Yellowjackets trailing 17-13.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back into the Hive out of the timeout. Yellowjackets trailing set one. 17-13. The Falcons giving the Yellowjackets all they can handle here early morning on this busy Saturday at the Hive.
Yeah, the Yellowjackets, a good time out there by Coach Thompson. I think you just got to bring the energy. You have to shore up and just visiting up here. You just can't be giving away points, and that's right now what the Yellowjackets are doing, and there's a good setup right away out of the timeout. Nice job, Jackets.
And Hackle buries that kill to make it 17-14. Interesting setup with the bleachers on each side, pulled out by maybe about 2 rows. Fans all along the track getting the overhead view today. With 4 courts in action, 3 here in the Hive, 1 in the old Hive, is Hackle with a nice serve. Pushed over, punched up, and the Yellowjacks can't keep it. And there with the kill is Kirby Bosch.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Jason, but it's that center of the court right now that's really killing the Yellowjackets. And in a varied way, the Falcons seem to have a magnet right in that about the 3-point line at the top of the key. If you're looking across court, they're just finding that spot, and the Yellowjackets aren't quick enough right now to cover that. So look for adjustment by Coach Thompson trying to get somebody in there.
Furry with the serve and another ace and a tough return. You called it, Lance. Just like that, it's 19-14.
Yeah, and that's been their go-to spot, and I would guess probably about 12 of the 19 points have been scored right in there for the Falcons.
That one goes into the net.
And she was trying to cut that in there again, so nice work by the Yellowjackets. Now they've kind of set themselves up here, Jason. They've got to make up some points here.
Sophie Nelson, strong serve, but the Falcons' scrappy defense keep it alive. Now for Griffin, she gets a kill through the block. 19-16, it'd be nice to get her going early for the Yellowjackets this morning.
Right, and she's shown times that left-handed kill shot is really difficult for other teams to handle. So, agreed, get her on a roll.
Nice kill that time. Casey Andreessen read that well. Just enough to get it in front of the diving Hackle to make it 20-16. And the Yellowjackets really need to make that run because you can't really afford Park Christian too many more points here.
Well, no, and you don't have as many times to battle back, but this has been a little MO for the Yellowjackets, Jason. Whether it's 10 in the morning or 7 at night, that first set has kind of been a nemesis to them and their kryptonite, and then they seem to turn it around. But in a tournament like this, you don't have much time to do that.
Razor with the lift. You can really see on the angle right here how she tried to direct that one, and they called that one right away, and it's now 21-16 Park Christian. Short serve there. That gives the Yellowjackets a little bit of a break. Maybe they can capitalize and take advantage. As Wolf will come in and serve, and she has that ability to go on a bit of a run at the service line. We've seen that in previous contests. And right in the net.
There's no such thing as an announcer jinx, though. We've talked about that a lot of times, too. One of us believes and one of us does not, so I'll let you guys be the judge of who's who here up here.
Libby Stuttgart will serve right at Nelson. Back set there for Razor into the net. And Park Christian's 2 points away from taking set one. And potentially sending us to the middle school. Rena Keldor will check in. Jump serve there by Suckert again. Now set for Keldor over the block. Off the tip and down for a kill. Annika Strom. And it's 24-17.
Boy, and the confidence is really growing here in the Falcons. And again, it's that service game of theirs, Jason, that's just causing us fits. And they know their spots and they're hitting them right now.
Hackle though gets that one down. The block was set up too far from the net. So Hackle gets the kill.
Yeah, the problem is you're at 5 or 6 game points here, and you kind of dug yourself a hole. There's no room for error.
Razor back in to serve. Back roll sent over by Andreessen, not really, as it goes under the net. 24-19, so the Yellow Jackets stave off another set point. But they will win the set on the service error. As set 1 goes to Park Christian, 25-19. We'll take a break, recap that one, and come back here to the Hive on the 549 Media Network.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this, as I'm a 5th generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community, that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Welcome back to the Hive. Not the ideal start for the Yellow Jackets. They dropped set 1, 25-19. And Park Christian kind of came out ready and rocked and rolled from the get-go.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those we talked about early, Jason. It's not that this is – the mountain's not too high to climb, but you definitely made it tougher to do. And if you're the Yellow Jackets, you got to shore up some things. Our game was just off a little bit. And by being off, I mean our timing wasn't there. And I just didn't see the energy that's built this Yellow Jackets team to have some really good victories in the last couple weeks. So look for someone to be the spark plug to kind of bring that energy back, and that's a key. And sometimes that's hard to do, especially when you're out of routine. But again, there's no excuses because Park Christian's up and playing volleyball at the exact same time.
And they had the bus trip over here as well. The Yellow Jackets had the opportunity to sleep in their own beds and get up at a good time and have a good meal and try to get ready to go. So we'll see if a wake-up call from head coach Paige Thompson comes to the Yellow Jackets after a tough set 1 as we get ready for set 2. Yellow Jackets win. They will play either Staples Motley or Foston. That game, I believe Court 4 was running on schedule, so that game is taking place right now as well. The next game will be at noon. We'll have a new stream for that as well. So we're going to do 4 different streams all day long. They're set up and scheduled. They're on our perhamschools.org as well. If you want to watch right there, they're embedded. The code's embedded onto the page on the activity stream as the officials meet and discuss, turn in lineups to the scorers tables.
And the 4 events, and Jason said we'll see about it. Maybe he at some point today, but no. Especially when I get here and I get duked out of a Pepsi Zero as the same fella who woke me up this morning. I thought he was doing me a favor, but here we are anyways, Jason. I think they're ready to go, and look for Cam Coase. She's had a good service game for the Yellow Jackets. Let's see if she can get them rolling.
And starts it off with an ace serve.
Maybe I just have to ask for a few more things and it'll go the Yellow Jackets' way.
Maybe you keep asking Mike at that Pepsi Zero for game 2 if you're around. As now it's sent long and the Yellow Jackets take a 2-0 lead. It's now building on the momentum and sustaining it. That was kind of a problem the Yellow Jackets had in set 1.
Yeah, they jumped out to that early lead there too, Jason. And again, this is a really good start for the Yellow Jackets, and I see a little bit more activity feet-wise. It's a good angle here on the court to see the movement and what they're doing, and it seems like they're picking up that pace and that speed a little bit.
Coase, strong serve there. Push over by Andreessen. Coase the set for Hackle, left-hand punch, diving save, but she was under the nets. And a lift on West. She tried to save it. And it's 4-0.
Great effort there by.
And Coase misses the sideline long.
Great effort by the Falcons, and then it follows up that they do get the serve back. And this is where it's been tough for the Yellow Jackets. Jason, I think if we went back and did some stats, it's been serve received that's been the toughest for them.
Hackle will send it over. Now the Falcons will have an attack attempt, and they bury it in the middle. Bosch again, 4-2, and that's been the spot, Lance, you've keyed on and have noticed the Yellow Jackets have been leaving that middle wide open, and Park Christian has been picking it apart.
Yeah, something's not right there, Jason. Is I know Coach Thompson isn't coaching them to leave that middle open, but it seems like whether it's Park Christian's way of finding it or the Yellow Jackets return the favor there, the Falcons just finding that spot. It's definitely a key to see who wins this set.
Larson gets it off the block and down for a kill. It's 5-2 now, Yellow Jackets. The attack sent to the Yellow Jacket bench by Andreessen is long. The Yellow Jackets up 6-2 with Eddie Heckel serving. Blocked down by Razor. But on her own side of the net as it's 6-3, Park Christian with the kill.
It's been interesting, more single block by the Yellow Jackets today than their typical double block, which has been really good for them. So let's see if maybe they're trying out something different or just the way the rotation's going today. But look for them to shore up that double block. It's been really good for them.
Razor hits that one, almost takes out the Park Christian coach. And it's now 6-4. Strong service game on this run right now is Tomlinson. The Yellow Jackets into the net.
You called it, Jason, and the Yellow Jackets off to a strong start in set 1, 2, and now in set 2 they get off to a strong start, but here comes the Falcons roaring back. Yellow Jackets just have to, it's serve receive that's really hurting them right now.
Off the block. And another kill for Casey Andreessen. And we're tied at 6. the early momentum quickly gone for the Yellow Jackets in game 2. Razor into the net. Seven, 6, Park Christian. Winner of this will take on the winner of Staples, Motley, and Foston. The loser of this will take on the loser of that game. That one's long.
And again, the Yellow Jackets have to find that opposite side. Razor struggling a little bit. She'd be the first probably to admit it. Again, I think she just needs one to go down, and then we've seen her be able to get on a roll. So they go to Hackle in the back row trying to switch things up a little bit. Same result.
We got a timeout. We'll take it with them. Yellow Jackets trailing 9-6.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back to the Hive. Yellow Jackets trailing Park Christian 9-6 in set 2. Must win for the Yellow Jackets if they want to continue their hopes.
Yeah, not that you don't get the same amount of games and whatever, Jason, but it just makes the day a little bit longer as there's kind of a miss. Serve receive again by the Yellow Jackets. It just kind of takes the sting out of it a little bit, not to put a pun on it, but when you're not on that championship side of the bracket. So look for the Yellow Jackets to have to make a run here, and again, this is where the Falcons have been dynamic.
Strong serve by Tomlinson. Now Razor blocked back to the net there, Andreessen. She celebrates with her teammate Kirby Bosch, who also got that one, and the Falcons up 11-6. Nelson goes for Razor. Razor off the block, and that's a kill for Greta Razor, and hopefully a spark.
And a lot of times that's all it takes, Jason, is just one. Just get one going, and then it just kind of, you feel like that monkey or that jinx is off your back. So look for Greta now to just keep swinging away.
Hackle in the back row pushes it over. Set near side and an adjustment. Coast saves it late, or Griffin there late, but it don't matter. It's a kill for Park Christian.
Again, I think we could draw a circle right in that area, Jason, and I would say 80 to 90% of the Falcons' points have been scored right in there, and the Yellow Jackets have kind of failed to adjust, not so much in scheme, but just in their footwork, just trying to get there.
Nelson now goes with the set for Griffin. Griffin directs and gets the kill as Tomlinson tried to keep it alive.
And there was a nice job by Nelson getting to that spot, putting it right on Coast's hands, and it turns out well. You know, it seems so simple. Just it's the little things that end up being the big things in most sports.
Wolf with the strong serve, but the attack return just long on the attempt by Park Christian. I believe that was Johnson on the attack attempt, but the Yellow Jackets will take the point at 12-9. Battle at the net, but the Yellow Jackets went over the top.
Boy, it's just been so tough, Jason. It's like there's a little bit of life, and then something like that happens, and it kind of rallies back to the Falcons, and I just don't think we want them serving all over the place as they've been really good at the service line today.
Razor with the kill there makes it 13-10. Now she will serve. The attack from Park Christian. Nelson there. Coast comes down. Now it's Hackle. And she finds the opening in the middle for a kill.
Yeah, nice play there by the Yellow Jackets. And wow, Cam Coast put on a good display of her athleticism as she went all the way across court. Back set that right onto the hand of Hackle.
Attack in the middle. Just long on the hit attempt by Massault. That's 13-12. Yellow Jackets back within one. What a good angle of watching that ball as that was just going long. But the trajectory of it and the spin.
Yep, and they just didn't have enough top spin on it. It was in the right spot. I think it's where she wanted. Just didn't get over the top of it enough.
Back set pushed over. Goes past it up. Now Hackle with the set. Or excuse me, that's Razor with the set from Malzoff. And Malzoff gets the kill, and the Yellow Jackets have battled back to tie it up. And now we have a timeout called by Park Christian. We'll take a break. We're tied at 13 in set 2.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here, and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Welcome back to the Hive. We thank you for tuning in with us on this Saturday morning. Yellow Jackets and the Falcons tied at 13. Big day of athletics going around throughout the area. We got the Yellow Jacket cross country team running in Alexandria today. There's a football game in Fargo that's got some interest to some people between University of North Dakota and that other team as that one goes into the net. The other team is the North Dakota State University Bison with Yellow Jacket Finn Diggins on that squad, and they're a strong team again this year looking to make another run.
Yeah, Saturdays in the fall are great, Jason, as there's so many things that you can view, and especially now when we have things like the 549 network, you can kind of witness it all if you want to. I know at my house, my family gets a little bit carried away with a lot of screens going at one time.
Hackle tips that over. Now pushed over by the Falcons. Ghost the set. Now there, Hackle, block, back. Ghost again, now looking for Nelson. She'll send it over. Push over an attack there and a kill. Veronica Johnson to make it 15-13. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about tonight's contest too. We got the Gophers and USC. First Big Ten contest between those two schools.
Yeah, Logan Richter, Yellow Jacket alum, seeing some time on the D line. And
Hackle now. Off the tape. Falcons keep it alive, push it over. Hackle sends it right back. And we could also talk at the Division II level. There's an interesting one that we're both probably going to keep our eye on today. We'll get to that after this set point here as it's blocked back and out.
Yeah, Northern State and both of our alum of BSU and another alum from the Yellow Jackets, Jordan Hind, offensive coordinator for Northern. Colton Hackle, quarterbacking some for the Wolves, and so lots of Yellow Jackets in action today. Yellow Jackets of now and prior Yellow Jackets. So,
well, we were talking about all that. Park Christian has went on a little bit of a run now. It's 17-13. They're closing in on a sweep of the Yellow Jackets.
I would imagine Valley City, we're talking about alums, Reese Wilprick starting on the line. I would imagine they're in action somewhere today. I'd have to look that up. nice job by the Yellow Jackets stopping that run.
Hattie Hackle with the kill there. Mari Pulver now in for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets making some changes along the front row. Ball's off with an ace. No, it's kept alive. Great serve. Nice job by Park Christian to keep it alive. Pulver will send it over. The back set here near side through the block and down off of Hackle. That's Annika Johnson again. And it's now 18-14.
This Falcons team is scrappy, Jason. I think that's the way I would put it. They just keep battling, and all of a sudden you think the Yellow Jackets are making a run. Then you look up at the scoreboard, and it's a 4 or 5 point run again for the Falcons.
Tough serve off the tape, but the Yellow Jackets keep it alive. Hackle pushes it over. Wolf with a nice dig there to keep it alive. Now Pulver sends it over. Just down the line and a kill for Strom. And it's 19-14. Falcons moving along. Razor will come in for Kunza.
I kind of like this advantage point here. Boy, that ball really cut, but yet it was going to dive right for that red line by the Falcons. So nice job by them.
Joe sends it over. Another nice attack on the near side, and Strom is getting going. And it's 20-14 in favor of the Falcons. They're closing in on this early morning sweep. Yellow Jackets thought we were going to sub for a second. They decided not to. But now we have a timeout. It's actually called timeout Yellow Jackets. We'll see if they can stave off elimination and battle back in set 2 when we come back.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back to the Hive. Jason Groth with Lance Rock, Park Christian.
Well, update from Prairie Wind Middle School. Staples Motley up 1-0 on Boston over on that side, so that would be win or lose. The Yellow Jackets' next opponent is going to come from there.
As another ace serve for Park Christian. Now at the service line is Kylie West, the setter. She's been strong at the line. And they're going to call it in, I think. It is. It's in. The line judge was in the indecisive area.
It was in the maybe area. It wasn't fully one way or the other. If he would have used two hands, one would have been down and one up. But again, Yellow Jackets get it back. And again, not to be Captain Obvious here, Jason, but it's now or never for the Yellow Jackets as you give up this point and you really have to battle.
Off the block and a kill for Bosch, and it's now 23-15. That line judge, that still cracks me up. Just.
Hey, and we're pulling people off
Yep.
I'm just thankful they're here and being able to keep that going. But when you're announcing, it makes it kind of difficult when you're not sure what's happening.
And right now, what is happening is Park Christian is taking charge and is about to sweep the Yellow Jackets. Spalding closes it out. The Yellow Jacket air. It's 25-15. Park Christian sweeps the Yellow Jackets, taking this one 2-0.
Yeah, and again, the Yellow Jackets got off to such a great start, Jason, and then it just kind of unfolded for them after that. And And again, there's a myriad of excuses, but both teams are playing at the exact same time. For the Yellowjackets, I just think it was a little bit lackluster in their moving their feet, and that's one of the things Coach Thompson's going to be talking about them before they either take on Staples, Motley, or Foston at noon, which we'll be back for here on 549 Network, and we'll be bringing you. So look for the Yellowjackets to just go regroup, and sometimes that's what you get out of a tournament like this. Now what? Now that you lost, now what? What's the next step? Are you going to come out and battle and get into that consolation championship, or do you let this one loss define your day? And sometimes that's good as a coach to see what your team's made of.
Well, we thank you for tuning in to this morning's production on the 549 Media Network. We'll have a new stream set up for our next contest, which will start roughly around noon over in the middle school. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's 549 media production of Perham Yellowjacket activities. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, and United Community Bank. Tonight's game is also brought to you by EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Jack Rivers Realty, and Lakes Ace Hardware. Tonight's game is brought to you by New Horizons Realty, Nice Family Sales, and Hanson's Plumbing and Heating. Once again, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game on the 549 Media Network.